Y'all remember what I said about Horver and
I'm not a threat. Knock it off.
and how people's last names is typically a good indicator. You know, I just
Wow, real fucking original,
Wait,
Rhodes.
did you just call me a bird?
Why are you Rhodes?
It's
Huh?
kind of fucked up.
Is it because people always fucking drive all over you?
no, that's realistically not.
He facilitates movement from A to B.
Ooh.
That's true.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, only one of the two of us is useful.
Here's a crazy question. Have we been introduced?
I don't think you guys have. This is
Okay.
Odette Swan.
Hi.
She's senior deputy. She's also the head of PNT for BCS over the shift.
Oh my god, I almost forgot to ask the main question. Do I outrank fucking what's his name? Horvor.
No, that's what I
No.
was going to get around to. We're bringing you in as a PPO for a short amount of time just so you can get caught up on how everything is now, because you've been gone
Okay.
for a bit. And then once probably Horver says that you're comfortable, or Odette says that you're comfortable and you're good, then we'll bump you up to full deputy. It shouldn't take you very long.
Okay. It'll probably take a while because, consistency of time and stuff, and that's fine.
Yeah,
And
that's fine.
I literally, last week, I couldn't remember how to shift a car. So this is going to be good stuff.
Yeah.
Daft, you're gonna be
Why are you
A-okay,
driving
bud.
manual?
Yeah.
Because apparently your automatic can break when you've been gone a year. It's crazy.
Yes.
Checks out.
Hey, are you staying around at all tonight, or are you about to head off to bed?
I was about to head off.
Okay.
Is that okay or
head off
not?
to. Yeah, that's fine. I will
Yeah, okay.
have Horver talk with you tomorrow and get you all of your equipment and get all of your stuff set up. And I
Oh,
will
if you're
work on
free,
your
we
tags.
are doing an onboarding like 2.5 hours after the meeting tomorrow. If you want to come and join
the
that.
meeting time changed, right?
It's
Yeah.
still
Here?
the storm.
Yeah, the
Meeting
storm
time
changed, though,
is
right?
4 hours and 45. The storm's 4 hours 45 minutes ago.
So that would be
Yes.
3
yes,
east.
It changed an hour. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. It changed it. Wait, are you talking about from when?
It's probably daylight
Yeah,
savings happened between when he left
Oh,
and
is
now.
that it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so dumb. Okay, you guys. By the way, you guys got a real fucking gem on your squad now.
I was
Holy
wondering
shit,
the
that's
same
great.
thing.
Well, here's the thing. Daylight savings is happening November 2nd. So,
Oh god.
Oh my
but
God.
realistically, Odette, did you say 2 hours or 2.5 hours after the meeting?
2.5 hours after the storm.
So that would be roughly like 2 hours and like 15 minutes ago, roughly.
Yeah.
Okay.
They'd be doing an onboarding. Realistically, Daft, you need to be onboarded sort of formally. Make sure you have all the appropriate, stuff on the government website. Make sure that you can see all the appropriate
Yeah,
channels.
I'm working on all that.
That can be done fairly quickly. And then the formal, making sure you have your weapons and all that stuff. And then outside of that, it's just pretty much catching you up in the stuff that you have missed over the past however long it's been. I think like straight up, your decision making, Daft, has never been problematic. In my entire time in the PD alongside you, I've never seen you not attempt to de-escalate a situation. That is a
Really?
Daft.
Sorry. I mean, I feel like here's the term I've always used. I escalate to de-escalate.
Now,
makes
Daft,
works.
listen, as long as the end goal is de-escalation, that's
you
key.
gotta come in hot and cool it off fast. Because otherwise, if you start cool, it doesn't work.
Yeah, you have
Starting
no
cool, going to
negotiating
cold,
power.
It doesn't work. Okay.
Daft, I have a question.
Yeah.
How soon do you anticipate getting dapped?
Oh god, depends who's my superior officer on duty.
Myself and Horva, normally, and Daisy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys got the goods.
They
Horver
would.
might dap you just because.
No, Horver can dap me?
Yeah.
If I
Yeah.
mess around with his personal life, can he dap me?
No.
He's got to have a
shouldn't.
personal life for you to fuck with.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
Ri-
not gonna lie. Check
Hey.
Twatter. I fucked with his personal life hard today.
Oh,
Did you
Daft, how do you feel
mention
about
Rosa?
Betty?
WAP?
Did you just say WAP in regards to Betty?
There's
Yeah.
no. One more time.
That's a response,
that-
I guess.
Is that? Am I forgetting her name? Am I doing that joke right? I don't think I am.
What-
I think I might be.
What I asked, what is your stance on Betty?
And you said WAP.
Like, just
that
to
was the
verify, WAP, is that the WAP you're?
Yeah, what's that? Boop! I meant boop. Betty Boop.
Oh my god.
You guys see why he's such a good hire?
Yeah.
Wait till you see
Def-
my first report. It's gonna make more sense.
Daft, you.
Jesus.
I asked for your stance on Betty, and you said WAP, but then said that you meant boop.
I meant
Okay.
boop.
Okay. Do you understand? You understand what WAP means?
Yeah, no, that as soon as I said, I went, uh-oh. Because I literally thought it was boop. Boop was, yeah.
I'm
anyways.
gonna make sure Betty knows.
Yeah, we're gonna let Betty know.
Yeah, that's it.
Wait, oh no, it's. Who's
But-
Betty?
Apparently you did.
Before he's hired.
Didn't you have a ride along with Betty?
Yes, you did have a ride along
I
with Betty.
did?
Yeah.
She goes.
I don't.
She goes. Howdy, darling.
She's talking about her kids and her truck and her grandbabies.
Grandkids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has an attitude, honestly. I'd keep an eye on that one.
And apparently WAP.
Yeah, and apparently. it
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
That
Were we
I
right in
cannot
thinking
confirm.
that you like hooked up with Betty?
Good God, no.
Oh.
No. No, she's way too old. Yeah, I would honestly, she would be predatory if that was happening.
Daft, how old are you?
I'm 45. I'm so sorry, that's a lie. I'm 44 until November.
Just like
Hmm.
wait, when in November?
The first.
Oh, so it's your birthday and then it's daylight savings.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of messed up.
Calls that.
Huh?
Daft, do me a
That's really
favor.
unfortunate that your birthday is right before daylight savings.
Daft, please go to City Hall and get a new ID.
Yes.
Yours
why?
expired 10, almost 11 months ago, bud. All
I didn't know
right.
they did that. That's crazy.
Yes, they expire every year.
I kind of want to keep it now.
You can
You
keep
need a
it.
valid one to drive.
Yeah, you can keep it. You know, when you're hot, you
I'll
can
go
throw it in your
bicycle
locker
patrol.
or
I'll be
whatever.
fine.
Don.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Don't worry, I already got a new one.
If you cannot have a fucking valid license and become goddamn mayor, then I'm fucking fine.
To be
Wait,
fair,
wait,
I
wait.
drove her down here.
Oh,
No.
awkward, awkward.
Still not a valid ID. I feel like you should present valid ID to get mayor, keys to the city. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, she
That
has
one's
valid
valid.
ID.
Yeah,
She-
she's valid.
I
She
didn't
has
see
her
it.
old one and her new one.
Okay.
Yep.
No, all right,
Just do me a favor. Get a new ID.
Okay.
And do you have any questions for anyone?
I didn't. I can't. Give me a second to remember.
I feel like at this point we're
Shit.
just getting a replacement Hastings. Really.
No. Considerably more competent than Hastings.
True.
Now, Daft, for context, Hastings
Yeah.
is like fired asterisk, but was like Betty's lover. Also asterisk. Might
Oh.
not be true. So she's
Oh.
going to be looking for a rebound, you know?
Yeah.
And that might
Uh,
just be you.
And you might be perfect.
No, I don't know. Hey, guess what? No, I'm hot off heartbreak. So no, I'm
Aw. Well,
good. Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You want to see a
Daft-
picture of us?
Yeah.
Like I tell everyone, okay, there's other fish in the sea, but you better hurry up because global warming gonna kill them all. You gotta get your fish.
Jesus
That's so fucking
Christ.
true.
Now, where are you gonna post this?
That's a good question.
There we go. That was me on vacation. That's where I've been the whole year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Such a cute turtle.
What's their name?
Tortoise! I would never date a turtle.
What, you dated the tortoise?
Yeah. It was
I think there's
Okay.
it was
laws
a
about that.
flash in a pan.
Why are so many people saying I'm glad I'm not Horver at the moment?
I think that's just life in general. Most people would be glad that they're not Horver
What has Horvath done?
existed.
Valid.
He likes to string ladies along. Like a
What?
like Jim Henson move over.
Oh wow. Look at water. Potty Breeze,
Yeah.
dad and step tortoise.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dav, don't you have a gazillion children?
No, I only have 2.
Wait,
Lottie Breeze,
no. It was oh my gosh, what's her name? She was in shift 3 and she transferred to 2.
I feel
Oh
like
my-
that's been a lot of people.
Oh my god, why am I struggling with her name?
Is this supposed to be my daughter? Or is this supposed to be somebody with a lot of kids?
No, someone with a lot of kids.
Okay.
You would she did the bit all the time in shift 3, the start of the meeting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Aphrodite?
Yes.
Oh, Aphrodite!
Yes.
Okay.
She's got a gazillion kids, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I only claim 1 or 2 of them.
Wait, you claimed 1 or 2 of her
I
kids?
stole one of her children.
Oh, okay.
What?
Yeah.
Which
You
one?
know Nathan, the EMS?
Yep. Oh, the
Yeah,
the
yeah.
guy with golden retriever energy.
Yeah.
Guy with no eyebrows.
You stole him?
Yeah, I stole him. Yeah,
Okay.
and he's a shit son, so I've never done it since.
Well, don't eat the ice cream he gives you.
Oh.
End up in
Oh,
ICU.
Why?
Oh my god, what?
What did he
Yeah,
put in
He's
it?
poisoning people?
Yeah, he's
fucking
definitely poisoned.
changing the daft name!
He poisoned.
talk
I
your
think
shit, Daph.
6 people got into ICU because of the ice cream.
What?
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. I'm not quite sure what it was laced with, but it wasn't good.
I have to go speak to Davenport. So I don't know if there's anything else y'all need to discuss, but I will leave that to
I
y'all.
think we're good.
Daft,
I
it's a
think-
pleasure to
if I
have you
remembered,
back.
I'll let you know. It's good to see you, Rhodes. Thank you for all the kind words. Seriously, it means a lot.
No problem.
See you, buddy.
All right, Steph. So you have your keys. Does it need to be inside? All right. Can't even.
Somewhere pretty private would be good. Yeah.
All right.
Maybe the rooftop or something.
Works for me.
Davenport,
Yes. Hey, what's up?
we might have a problem.
What's that?
There's a musket in this car.
What?
There's a musket in the lockbox of this car. I don't know how long it's been in there because I've been using this car and I've never looked in the lockbox. I'm gonna be honest.
In the lockbox?
In the lockbox of the car, there is a broken musket. Yeah, as well as an HP sequential, and $2,500.
I'd make a
As
report.
2 flashlights registered to 2 other people and a baton registered to someone else.
Yeah, I mean, listen, my scout bin ran through. I got so many class 2s in the fucking lock storage.
Yeah.
Specifically because that's
evidence.
specifically because that's illegal. Just pull it out, throw it in a report, document that it was found in this vehicle, that, you know, whatever the plate is, and just put it in the evidence locker.
Okay. Just make a report about it. Yeah, just
Yeah.
a normal report.
Yep, just normal
Okay.
report.
Yeah,
This
we
was in this vehicle.
We were getting shot by a musket yesterday and they fucking hurt.
Really?
Yes.
Are they long range?
Yeah, we were on the white garage over near Morningwood, and it was up on the tallest building in the area, and it was destroying us.
Oh, damn. Oh, excuse us.
Sorry.
Oh, do we hate LSPD?
Elevator time. Oh, sorry, Remy. Hope you're doing well.
Hey, Remy.
My voice disappeared for a second, but hello.
Hmm. Oop. Does that other door even work?
Yes, I believe so. You
Oh,
can go either way.
I don't think I've gone through that door ever. Because normally if I'm on the roof, it's to get to the helipad.
Yeah. Yeah, I rarely use it up here, but it's kind of good.
Hmm.
All right. So,
Hit me with the tea.
oh, there's been plenty.
Oh, gosh.
So you remember when I spoke to you about Springfield wanting to she's leaving for the marshals and
Yes.
about the key situation and stuff like that.
Yep.
Right. So I come on duty on, I think what's today? I can't remember what day it was, but it was like 2 days ago. She turned up here and said, "Hey, I'm just here to clean my locker out, my personal locker out. I'm in the marshals now, blah, blah, blah." I said, "Yeah, I know." I'd spoken to Remy about it, and I mentioned that I'd spoken to you about it, about the key situation, and I asked her if she was all good and if everything was all sorted out. So she's like, "Yeah, no, it's all sorted, everything's all good. I got onboarded today, blah, 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 blah." Like, all right, no worries. And she says, "Oh, well, I'm just going to go and clean my personal locker out, and then I'll be out of here." I'm like, "All right, no worries. Have a good one." Anyway, fast forward, like, we were getting cars repaired at the time. There was probably at least 6 or 8 of us down there getting car repairs.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky come to me and he said, "Hey, there's been a report made regarding the zombie killing at the humane labs, which happened a couple of days prior." I'm sure you've probably heard of all the zombie stuff that's been going on recent.
Yep.
And pretty much the whole city was there. And there was criminals there that had firearms as well, but we turned a blind eye to it because obviously we were fighting the greater good, you know?
Right.
We did have word that all the evidence had been cleared. However, there may have been some that was missed. The marshals went around and picked it all up. And they had a detailed report with people's blood and casings and whether weapons were clean or hot and all sorts of stuff. So I went and spoke to Springfield thinking, well, she's a marshal now. Sort of explained the situation, that it was more of a us versus zombies rather than a criminal act, you know?
Right.
People were acting in the safety of Los Santos, essentially. And I don't think that, you know, should these people be found with these weapons or any of the blood that was found on scene, maybe you shouldn't use it against them or whatever, you know? They were on our side for a
I mean,
change.
okay, was there an actual murder?
No.
Oh.
No, it was just
I
zombies
mean,
that were
here's the thing. We can't even
attempting to
argue
kill
criminal
everyone.
use. It was for, you know, defense of the
Self-defense.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Anyway, she said, "Yeah, that's fine. I'll get that sorted out. No problem at all." But when I went to speak to her about that, she was in the locker, in the evidence room, with her MDT open. I'm like, oh, "Okay, no worries." Didn't really pay much mind to it. But it's, you know, figured whatever. However, she did say that she's putting some evidence away and she'll be taken off soon. I'm like, "All right, no worries." So I went back about my day. We went out. I think we chased a street race or something. We come back with a couple of 95s or whatever, and she was still sitting in the evidence room. I'm thinking, this is weird. She's literally come here to clean her personal locker out. Why has she been in the evidence room for so long? This is like an hour and a half had gone past by this time.
Mm-hmm.
And it just seemed a little weird or whatever. And it brought me back to the conversation we had regarding that tow with the heli that time, where the, you know,
Yeah.
from the Vespucci area. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to tell someone about that because, I don't know, it just seemed seemed weird that every time I spoke to her, she was doing something, but she originally came just to clean a personal locker out, and if she's, I don't know why she's in the evidence lockers or anything like that, you know.
Right.
I was going to speak to her, however, by the time I'd finished dealing with what I was dealing with, she'd gone. So she was there for well over an hour and a half anyway. So time passed. Victor come to me with the something to do with that. What the hell?
You good?
Never mind. Never mind. I just opened the trunk of my car up that I tried to open up about half an hour ago.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm a little slow, you know.
Yeah, it happens.
Anyway. And there was no one around. I mean, there was only like 3 or 4 of us on duty at the time, and the only other command member was Probe. So I said to Victor, it turned out that this whiskey, what do they call themselves now? Whiskey King or something?
Yep.
Turns out that it may be Billy Strutt, which is part of the Blaine County mayoral cabinet, you know?
Yep.
Like, I've seen him in the meetings here. He can let himself in and out of Mission Row. I thought that's pretty scary. If he's got access to Mission Row, does he have access to MDT or anything like that? So I thought, you know what? Fred's the only other person around. I called him. We went and spoke with him on the rooftop of the Crystal Casino. And I explained to him, alongside Victor, what had happened and what they found so far. And, you know, we wanted to bring it to his attention because if someone's out there murdering people for political reasons, they've got access to Mission Row. Are they grabbing information from here or whatever that they may need?
Right.
In their things. So I thought it was a pretty, it should be something that should be dealt with pretty quickly if that's the case, if people had to be, you know, suspended or whatever. While I was talking to him with that, I thought, you know what, I'm going to bring up the Springfield deal just so that someone is aware of what happened, because it happened earlier, you know. So once we'd finished talking about it with Victor, Victor give us a minute to talk, and I said to Pred, hey, I got this. I don't know if there's anything in it, but I figured I would bring it to you. That way, if anything does come of it, you at least are aware of it, you know?
Right.
And I told him about the Springfield deal, and I said the only reason that it seemed a little sus to me is I've been curious on her as to, you know, certain things. And one of them is the past thing with the heli or whatever, with her breaking off going 42, and then people that she was involved with previously before becoming a cop intercepting and shooting down one of the tow drivers to try and get their heli back. And he said, yeah, that's pretty interesting. I don't know anything as to why they would be doing that, but thanks for bringing it to me. And if you can just chuck it in a report, and I'll speak to Brian Knight. And I had mentioned that I had spoken to you previously about Springfield, and you said yourself that you were going to pass on information to Brian. Just so that he was in the
Yeah.
loop.
Unfortunately, that didn't happen because of something more time sensitive, which was the execution. And the long story short was, I don't want to derail this too much, but judges stated 3 people can be appointed by the LSPD or the chief of police, 3 people can be appointed by the sheriff, and 3 people from DOC. Not from DOC, but like the DOC warden, they can pick 3 people. And those would be the 9 people who are going to participate in the execution. And Brian wanted to participate. And Opal, who's organizing everything, pretty much said, if there's anyone who is intentionally expressing interest or is excited about this, I'm not having them participate at all. And Brian said that he wanted to participate. So I called Brian with the expectation of speaking about that so that he can make sure that he gets clarification from the judge who set forth those expectations. But it was on a time crunch because we were like half an hour away from when the execution was actually happening. And he needed to speak to judges. And so I wasn't able to speak to him regarding it, but it was the next topic of conversation. Greg, thank you for the raid. I hope you had a good stream.
No worries. Anyway, I informed Pred, and then I'm not sure, I can't remember if I said or Pred said, but if he has access, if marshals have access to reports or whatever,
then they're going to see the report.
Yeah, so we decided we were going to do private report, and you'll actually find that you're tagged in it because I shared it with you and Pred so that there was more than just one person that had access to it. And it just detailed the, you know, the tow from months and months ago where that suspicious thing happened where she went 42 halfway through, and then it also outlined, you know, what I'd witnessed with the evidence stuff. And I mean, she might have been doing the right thing. I don't know, but I just seen it and thought it was weird that she'd tell me that she'd be a couple of minutes and she'd be out of there, and then spends over an hour and a half there, you know?
Yeah.
So
Most definitely.
anyway, I thought nothing more of it. I sort of went off duty, did my thing. I woke up the next day and I literally woke up, clocked on duty, and went to walk out of I didn't even get out of the change rooms, and my phone was ringing. It was Brian Knight, wanted to know what the fuck was going on. And basically said to me that the way that Fred and Carmine went to him, he didn't appreciate. Said that they had,
I mean, that's out of your
form of
control.
an attitude, and wanted to hear it from the horse's mouth exactly what happened. So I explained to him. I said this happened quite some time ago, regarding this, and because we'd actually, well, I know I'd dealt with her when she was doing criminal activity in the Vespucci area. And I even said to him, I can't remember if it was Hades affiliated or BBMC, but it was in the Vespucci area, and that's where they reside. So it could have been both. It could have been just one of them. But there was definitely a link there somewhere where she was criminally tied to someone in Vespucci. So it just seemed very sus that she literally went 42, out of character for her to do it. Usually she sees things through.
Mm-hmm.
So forth. And then I said, then we fast forward to yesterday, where, which would now be 2 or 3 days ago, that, you know, I said, shift 3, we have limited units. So I'm always watching, because a lot of time people will just sit at Mission Row and do nothing. And if we need people in the field, I need to be onto that, because if people are just sitting here chatting, I need to get them out there to help us.
She's on duty. Just clocked
We don't
on.
have 30 or 40 cops. Yeah. You gotta watch out, 'cause she creeps around and listens to shit.
I'll keep my eyes peeled.
Yeah, so that sort of happened, and he went on to blame. He pretty much was glazing me and blaming them, blaming Fred and Carmine for the way they approached him. And
Well, I mean,
know.
let's be honest. They probably did so in a way that like blew it out of proportion, as if like we have something very. This isn't a very solid thing. This is a keep it on your radar, because realistically, Davenport, had it not have been that specific group, we wouldn't have batted an eye. Like we would have sat there and been like, "What the hell happened?" Like we thought we had a unit on this, but that's not the case. But it was specifically the group we encountered, the level of aggression, because even like wasn't it what's his face, what didn't Reggie state that like it never should have gotten to that point?
It should never have gotten to that point.
Plus it was a damn simple impound.
Their intention was to never use guns, and that was what was said. It was merely the fact of the way that the tow operator was and his attitude was what led to it being like that, because it was the only way he would stop. And the only way he would comply was to be with a gun, and even then he didn't comply to the point they shot him. So,
But if we think about that even further, Davenport, Springfield's going 42. Springfield has to make a U-turn, right? How does Springfield not see these vehicles?
yeah.
Like, or even wasn't the statement we got that Springfield broke off by like hookies?
Yeah,
and
100 meters up the road, they got ambushed.
Exactly. Like everything about that seems incredibly suspicious.
By the time she'd done a U-turn, they would have been past.
I agree. Because you also have to consider, they're saying that this dude isn't going to pull over, right? So he's fleeing further from where this originally started. None of it was a good look. It looked genuinely bad. But again,
100%.
could also have been 100% innocent, because again, had it have been any other group, wouldn't have batted an eye, and it never would have second guessed it.
Well, it was after the fact that I think it was me that brought it up and said, hang on a minute. I remember back in the day, she used to hang around down there because I'd arrested her down there.
Yeah, you were.
Fact that I brought that up. So it wasn't like I even thought of that the minute that it happened. Oh my God, she's tied in with them. It was literally after, because we were trying to work out why would she break off and not actually.
Yeah, the discussion was like, we had a unit on that, right? And the reason I'm so confident on that is because 100%. I was going to go with the tow truck driver until I saw her right behind the tow truck driver. We were facing northbound, where honestly, it was like under the pier where it sort of merges into opposing lanes onto Del Perro, like that weird like thing. And I was like, okay. I saw her fall, and then because the pursuit continued, I was like, all right, we have a unit on it, break off. Saw that they went North Great Ocean, didn't think anything of it until the tow shut. But yeah.
Yeah, so it was...
Okay, sorry, it's just someone using the side entrance to get in.
Okay. Yeah, it was extremely weird the way they went down, I would say. Well, not even weird, just very suspicious.
Yeah, I think suspicious is the best way to describe it. Like, something could be wrong, something could be entirely innocent, but you know, our ears perked up. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and the same thing when I seen her here for so long after she stated to me she was just clearing out a personal locker. Starting to think, well, hang on a minute. One, my personal locker's in the change room, it's not in the evidence room. And why was she going through the MDT if she's looking for her personal stuff? And then she did state to me when I went in there that she was putting some evidence away or whatever, which is fair enough. Then I thought, afterwards, how could she put evidence away? She literally just said she just got done getting onboarded. Anyway, Brian had said to me, well, if I'm being totally honest with you, we're going through all the evidence and finding out where guns come from because we want to create like heat maps and stuff to know where, you know, possibility of where guns are coming from and stuff like that. To try and work out, you know, where the hot spots in over the city are. So, like, yeah, fair enough, no worries. But the way he was speaking to me, Rhodes, was, I mean, I've known Brian for a long time and he's very good at talking. And he will make it sound like he is glazing you, but in actual fact, he's grilling you to know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, you know what, I really want to speak to Pred when he comes around to find out how that meeting went. Anyway, that finished. We caught a bunch of street races yesterday. I walk out after processing one of them. Springfield's waiting in the hallway. Ricky was there and heard it. She walked up to me and said, hey, I'm here to go through some evidence. I did make a CAD card for it so that you would pay attention to it because it should ping for you. So in other words, she was calling me a ping chaser.
For what reason?
Well, she made a big emphasis on communication.
Okay, so did Brian have a conversation with her?
He must have done. And then, because she brought it up and said, I heard that you're scared of me or something. I said, I ain't fucking scared of you because I'm not. I mean, I can't be any more honest when I say if there was people I was scared of, she isn't one of them. Like, I don't give a fuck if she's a marshal.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen the marshals do anything in the past, however long they've been a thing, that is to being of any value to the police department whatsoever. Other than, generally, they're more of a hindrance than a help. And that's just been my thoughts on them. However, I sort of brushed it off and I just said, well, no, for one, you don't scare me. I couldn't give a fuck who you are. And I said, nice little touch of sarcasm there with the ping. However, you do as you please. I don't really care. But I am fucking watching you, so don't fuck up. Because I thought, I am not backing down to this fucking woman. If she thinks that she's going to try and get one over me or be smart to me or try and be sarcastic towards me, I'm literally just watching out to make sure that shit goes down right, because I don't approve of people doing the shit wrong, you know?
Yeah.
When you're limited on numbers, you try to take care of people that are around. You try to watch out for people to make sure that everyone that's on the scene or whatever has the most amount of units they can have as possible so that it goes as smoothly as possible. I mean, there's no other way to really describe it. So if people are just sitting at Mission Row, I'd like to know why they're just sitting there.
Yeah.
if they're not doing anything.
I guess the
That is
question
why I paid
becomes,
attention to it.
how did Brian approach her? Because that's
Yeah.
going to heavily play into how she feels about it being brought up at all.
Okay, well then this is the best thing.
Oh gosh, there's
Couple
more?
hours later, Fred gets on duty. He reckons, Davenport, I need to speak to you. Brian fucking hates you. He did nothing but complain about you, tell you that you're not fit for command, you're not even fit to be an officer, and that I forget the actual words that he said, but he said, we'll talk later, I got some stuff to take care of. So anyway, we ended up speaking later, and apparently him and Carmine went to speak to him, and they ended up going to the, I forget where he said they went to, but he said it was very casual, like he just said, like, these are some things that were brought across me. Davenport put them into a report so that I know what, exactly what to tell you.
Yeah.
Just so that it gives you a heads up, like, this is what's been
It was a
noticed.
conversation I was going to have, like, ultimately with Brian, yeah.
And I'd even told Pred that I had spoken to you, and I'm not sure whether you'd had the chance to speak to anyone yet, but I figured I'd bring it up after today's thing, obviously, because of the evidence stuff or whatever. And but apparently Brian just sat there ragging on me the whole time. And Fred said to me, if Brian ever comes up and speaks to you again, you just tell him to fuck off and walk away the other way. And he said, don't worry, I'll look after you. So there's something going on. So essentially all Brian did was put shit on me when he was talking to Pred and Carmine. And then all Brian did when he spoke to me was put shit on Pred and Carmine and said basically nothing to me.
That's Brian in a nutshell.
Exactly.
He's
So
gonna claim one side did wrong to make you, number one, either dislike them or not agree with what they did, to make it so that you feel as though you have to be more sort of willing to not lenient's not the term I'm looking for, but like you kind of want to make up for their wrongdoing and be on better terms, and then Uno reverse when the roles are switched, Yep. Okay.
So yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I mean, I know that Brian doesn't like me. Ever since that ADMC stuff where he accused me of telling Miller that to find any dirt I can to raid these people and whatever, which is not the case at all. I had nothing to do with Miller getting involved in that ADMC stuff. That's the stuff that started over the signs down there or whatever.
Yeah, Davenport, let's not forget, he was also a captain in the BCSO when he was the one to so adamantly push for punishment against Miller, and yet the BCSO hired Miller and then fired him upon finding out that he wanted to be an LSPD.
Yeah.
So, like, let's really think about that.
I had a lot of respect for Brian because I thought he did good things in the past. Yeah, I knew that he was a bit of a gaslighter and this, that, and the other, but typically he'd done the right things. I remember, like, even back in the Bass days or whatever, Brian was always looking into stuff, and he was always giving people pretty much a fair go.
Mm-hmm.
And he was one that just didn't operate on a whim. He'd look into things and make sure he's doing the right thing before he does it.
Yep.
But
I
I lost a lot of respect for him when he started just slandering me when he didn't even know the facts and wasn't willing to even ask me the question.
Well, Davenport, do you remember?
Communication, he's the one that fucking doesn't communicate.
Do you remember in the conversation regarding Miller when he never claimed Miller to begin with, but I had to specifically ask over and over and over. Now, again, he was not present for the situation, and I specifically asked, like...
Oh, never mind.
I specifically asked, like, maliciously, like, they did so with malice, like, this was not, like, an accident, and he was fairly confident in saying... well, actually, I don't recall if he very specifically said yes. It was not until Opal said no, because Opal was present, but walked in midway through the conversation... but like it was played up as it was done very maliciously, like with malicious intent. And I'm thinking to myself, like, why are we simultaneously like framing it as it's being done with malice when, number one, someone who was actually present is stating that it wasn't. But additionally, it's like, I don't know, maybe he was doing it in a way where like he can say those things because he never specifically named someone until someone else name dropped unintentionally. But it was, I don't know, it was one of those things that I was not like, I wanted that clarification, because if you can't tell me right off the bat if something was done with malice, and you simply don't have enough information.
Yeah, and I'll be 100% honest with you. When that shit went down, the way it went down, I wasn't happy with the whole situation the day after. We respond to a 37 call in Vinewood. You probably heard the story where they loaded us all into one vehicle after going away,
Yes,
coming
yeah,
back
you
multiple
did
times,
recall that, yeah.
tried to
Or
blow
you
us
did
up
mention it.
and all that sort of shit. And then I went to King and said, I want the same aggression shown to them in the other shifts, shift 1 and 2, as they showed us in shift 3. But they'll do that because there was only 5 of us on duty. I wanted to see them do that when there's 30 or 40 of you on duty, you know? Because
Right.
they won't, because they're pussies. And there's the whole reason why they put signs up outside their block is because they think that that's the only voice they have, instead of actually speaking to people and saying, hey, we don't want you coming around here. You come around here, you see what happens, sort of thing, like every other gang does. You walk in, you go anywhere, you go down to Little Soul, you don't see signs around that cops will be shot or anything. They'll just tell you to face. They don't need to put signs up. We know the fact that we go down there, you go down there, knowing full well don't go down
Yeah,
there.
there's going to be a problem.
Yeah, they don't have to put signs up. They have enough aura to actually back up what they tend to say. Whereas, you know, I kind of laugh at the fact that they've got to put a sign up on every post just so that you get the message, you know? And they do nothing anyway.
You're not wrong.
So it might as well be a stop sign on the side of the road, because no one ever pays attention to them. So they're the same type of thing.
Yep, 100%.
But yeah, so I got a feeling that's why Brian has a disliking for me, which I don't really care because I never see him and he doesn't really make any my day-to-day things. I do care the fact
Davenport,
that
knowing Brian,
he's telling me that I'm not fit to be an officer, and that, like, how many people is he telling that shit to? Which
well,
is
knowing
something that he'd said
Brian,
back in the past.
knowing Brian, there isn't a doubt in my mind that Springfield or Blunt, whoever's on duty while you are, isn't going to be essentially looking over your shoulder, whether that be paperwork, whether that be monitoring calls, or whatever the situation is. For whatever reason, there's not a doubt in my mind that didn't put a target on your back.
Yeah, which is fine, because I don't really do anything wrong for them to actually have an issue with. Other than I do my job, I try and make sure that other people do their job as well. If they want to do that, they'll be wasting their time, but I ain't gonna back down from them.
Yeah, you shouldn't. You absolutely should not. Oh damn, we have quite a few officers on duty for this time.
Yeah, this time of day has been good the last week or so.
Yeah, it's been really nice seeing Anita. How's Toby been, by the way?
Not great, but he.
I mean, he's new. You know, work in progress.
He's fresh, yeah.
Does he have the does he have sort of, you know, the structure?
I think he stays on duty way too long.
To his downside?
Yeah. Like okay. Yesterday he was kind of useless because he couldn't even speak on the radio properly. King said to him, "Are you dying or something? Like, what's going on?" The minute he spoke on the radio, he says, "No, I've been around for 20 hours." And you could tell like he was half asleep. I'd have to remind him, you have to get out of the car and chase criminals. They don't just get out for you or put their hands up. Like, he'd just sit there watching the repair cars and stuff. I said, "Hey, can you help?" He reckons I was ready to pursue. I said, "Yeah, there's like 4 interceptors here that are ready to pursue."
Okay, but is that him being lazy and wanting to remain in the vehicle? Like, don't get me wrong.
I'll be honest. I think it was just the fact he'd been on duty for too long and he was kind of zoned out.
Okay, but when he's not in that sort of mode, if you will, how is he? Like,
I don't know because I haven't seen him fresh on duty. So I've only seen him twice so far. I'm guessing he's a PPO now. So I haven't.
Not certain.
Yeah, well, he's been driving around by himself in a Taurus, so I'm thinking he's a PPO.
Let me check the roster just to be sure.
Actually, it is because there was an announcement to say that he got promoted. So it's only been 2 days. Today was a little bit better. Just common sense stuff, which is when you're secondary or whatever, everyone loses eyes. We've been chasing a lot of street races recently. He doesn't pick up comms straight away. He's tertiary or primary usually has to do it, or remind him, you're secondary, you need to be on the ball with that stuff,
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
But just minor stuff. It's not that bad.
Those
I
are
think a
very
lot of it has to
teachable,
do
like
with-
PPO things, for sure.
Yeah, I think just this, by the time it gets to this time of day, he's been on duty for quite some time, and he's sort of, gets a little relaxed and vibes out, so to speak.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, obviously, because he was very much so on the opposing side, and I just want to know how things are going on that front. Because I will say, we've had historically a fairly solid turnout for people willing to turn their life around, and do PD stuff when they were on the opposing side. So I was just trying to gauge, how
he's
that's
been
going.
okay. It's just simple things like that, But I honestly think majority of that issue is the fact that he's been on duty for so long that he just sort of
Zones out.
You
and
get to that stage where you're just like, oh fuck, I can't be bothered getting out of my car. I'm just gonna sit here and wait,
Yeah.
Whereas he should be just thinking, well, hey, I'm gonna call it a day, get some rest, and come back tomorrow.
That makes sense.
The excitement of being able to get out there by himself and do things is probably keeping him busy.
Yeah. Just a heads
I
up.
think everyone goes through it.
If you haven't already, make sure that your paperwork's all in order, because there's not a doubt in my fucking mind that that's going to be the first thing that gets criticized. If they're trying to, if they're trying to make you look bad, essentially.
Yeah.
So just make sure that all your shit's in order.
Paperwork anyway, because trying to come up with ways so we can see some of these vehicles that keep getting used repeatedly. That's a lot of work in the paperwork, but I found a way that we can actually track stuff.
Oh, was that the searching with VIN?
Yeah,
but like
now the body of you can only search VIN when it's in an incident. You can't search it if it's in the body of the report. Report. So the only way you can is by putting in the title, and then you can search it.
Do you know what I do to make sure I don't typo VINs? I write it normally, and then I write it backwards, as in I sort of read it backwards, and then as I'm writing it backwards on the MDT, I'm pressing the left arrow each time, and then I make sure that the two match. Because if they match, there's no way I typoed something, you know what I mean? Like, there's no way I typoed the same thing twice in reverse. Because I just think we're so susceptible to typos with VINs because they're so long.
The I's and the ones, they're very hard to read when.
Yep.
It was even to the point I went through like 6 cars in the shed pools till I found another vehicle that had a 1 in it and an I, so that I could match the 2 up to make sure I got it right.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough.
So,
I am going to see if there's anything I can do on that front, whether it's, copying the VIN of a vehicle, or we'll say the VIN of a plate, since we already have the plate information. As in,
we did science too. I need to tell you about.
Ooh, hit me with it.
So we're always curious as if people change plates.
Yep.
It creates a new ID for the vehicle.
Oh, that's terrible.
So we did it with my Scout. I had Falconer come down here. I put my VIN number and everything in the vehicle section of my Scout. I even put a picture of it in there. And when he changed the plate from the original plate, I think he used test 1, 2, 3, 4. It gives it a new ID number and a totally new clean slate.
Oh, that's so bad.
However, the VIN number remains the same.
Well, it doesn't matter because the VIN's not tracked on the MDT.
Search up the old plate.
Well, but
so
the point is we can't. There's no searching by VIN, so we're fucked.
No, so we need where the plate. At the moment, it's just got plate and let me double check.
It's plate, name, and then image.
Yeah, so essentially under where the plate goes in it, we need it where it has a spot for the VIN number. Because the funny thing is, I put the plate back to the original plate on the Scout, and it then links to the original profile of the...
So essentially, right now, what you're saying is, okay, let's say not I purchased, but let's say I bought a car with 2 VAFs on the old system. I changed the plate to roads, and I set the plate.
VAFs.
I set the plate of my Scout to the old plate that had 2 VAFs. It's gonna have 2 VAFs.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh gosh, that's not good. The reason that's not good is because, like, without VIN, and again, we can't search VIN in the vehicle section, but like without the VIN documented very meticulously, we're screwed.
Yep.
But there's no easy way to search VIN is the problem, especially in the vehicle section.
Get it off the vehicle. So even though you get it off that vehicle section, it only takes one slight mistake with it, and you will never have the correct vehicle.
100%.
I know Maeve reached out to IT. I think the best bet would be to have that section in the vehicle section where it has the VIN number. And then alongside that, you know how you can look up someone's profile and it gives you the plate of the vehicle?
Yeah.
If you were to click on that, how it copies the plate, if it copied the VIN at the same time.
Well, I think a couple things. I think if you, I think it should be changed to, if you right click, it'll copy the VIN. If you left click, it'll copy the plate. And maybe there be an additional, hold on. Let me look at your profile.
So there needs to be something where the VIN is tied to the vehicle no matter what. Because if they change the plate on it, it instantly gives them a brand new profile for that vehicle. So they
Then it sounds like tracking needs to purely be done with VIN, not plate. Plate needs to be like a secondary lookup, but everything else pretty much be done with VIN.
So we did speak to Falconer regarding this, because I did tell him that the reason I've been looking into this is because we've been getting a lot of vehicles consistently from street races, and I want to try and put a pattern together. So if they're caught, if I catch them more than 5 times within 30 days, I'm going for seizure on that vehicle.
Right.
And I think 5 times is a fair number.
In a 30-day period, abso-fucking-lutely.
If it was a violent felony, I'd say 3 times, but for street racing, I think 5 times fair enough. Either get better at driving or don't street race. But the only thing that worried me was the fact of, if they change plate, the hoops we got to go through to try and get information together is kind of crazy at the moment.
It is, yeah.
He did say that they keep a sheet with all the plate changes that would be accessible to us if we request it. Alongside that, he is going to ensure that I'd have to speak to Ricky, because he was there as well. I've had that much going on the past couple of days. I don't remember exactly, but they may be putting the VIN number in there as well, so that we can see. Well, actually, no, the original plate.
There's no way they'd even get the. Well, actually, they could get the VIN with the registration, because right, they have to charge someone X amount of money. They're in their presence. They share the registration. They could document VIN.
Yeah. So they're gonna just put the old plate. They'll put it as in, XYZ123 was changed to ZYX321 or something, along those lines. Yeah. And the date and time and stuff.
Wait, no, that's already done. Like I'm pretty sure I've seen the document. I think.
Okay.
He was
just going to ensure that the old plate was recorded, because he said
every single old plate is recorded. From my understanding, the judges don't change any plates whatsoever without that spreadsheet that they have filled out, which is old plate, new plate, and person. Oh, Pixie's calling me. Give me a second. Hey, Pixie, how's it going?
It's going good. Are you busy?
I am or having a conversation right now. It shouldn't be that much longer, though.
You having a conversation not that much longer?
Not that much longer, I promise.
You sure about that?
Call me back in 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5
Timing
minutes.
You. All
Thank
right.
you. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
All right, then, but we have 5 minutes.
All right, no worries. But you'll see, if you look in the incident section, you'll see we called someone earlier.
The
Dev
comment.
Cooper.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been documenting it like that because that way, if you search, you can
It
find
comes
it
up with the
immediately. If
VIN.
you search the VIN, or even if you search the plate, it'll come up and show all the. Because I tried to look for Harry Wayland was one of them. I know I've caught his car like at least 5 or 6 times in the past 30 days. I can only find 3 reports associated to it.
I mean, we could realistically
going through
like
one by one and looking at each report.
Well, I was gonna say, if we know someone has been caught 5 times in the past 30 days, we realistically could go back and throw the VINs in there if the plate's identical, just to make like searching moving forward easier. Because I don't think there's gonna be too many examples of that, anyways. Like,
yeah, I tried to and I couldn't find them.
With just looking for. Oh wait, was it just his vehicle, not him?
Just his, yeah. So his vehicle was left behind because that's what they do. They know that there's no repercussions for leaving their vehicle behind. So even yesterday, the example was he just ditched it at the bottom of the stairs to run up to Laporta at the Daily Globe, just left his car there.
It's so funny. You said run up to Laporta, and I immediately knew it was going to be the Daily Globe. Yeah. Holy fuck.
So, and that just proves that they don't care about the car because they know, and it was in the next street race. He literally went...
Unimpounded it and immediately participated in another?
Yeah, like he was back on the street with that vehicle before I even finished the paperwork.
Is it possible that the prior incidents were... Like his vehicle was caught, someone else got caught, and therefore it was an incident and not a report?
Well, I looked through both incidents and reports. And I spent like 45 minutes looking for it to the point I was like, no, I'm just going to do this from now on. I'm not going to sit here in the MDT for hours on end trying to find it.
Oh, October 8th, Richard put up a report. His R300C's there. It's not in the formatting that you had done with the other one, so I'm not sure.
I've got that one. It was an incident though. He was actually caught on that day.
Oh,
so
you're right.
It shows up. It's only in reports where it doesn't show up. So where the vehicle's found and we don't actually have anyone arrested and the vehicle's just left behind, that's when they don't show up. Even if you've got license plate and VIN number in the body of the report, even with the fact that the vehicle's tagged correctly, none of that makes any difference.
Yeah, that's right.
Like you cannot search it.
I mean, no promises, but again, I will try my best to assist on the MDT front regarding VIN tracking. And I mean, realistically, if our vehicle section has the plate, the VIN should be attached to it. And then all tracking moving forward, if the plate changes, it's pretty much irrelevant because it should be, let's say right now your plate's Davenport and you change it to Davenport 2, right? I search up Davenport 2 because that VIN never changed throughout. Like it should be able to maintain its whole history instead of tracking by plate because that's possible to change now. Yeah, I think that's the solution.
Another good point too, while I think of it, speaking of that, Charles Danger was saying that he wants to bring a VAF system back, but different to the last one, so that there is repercussions for people using vehicles in crime. Because he knows the current swap matter and all that sort of stuff, people leaving cars behind, not giving a shit. And he thinks that that's the only way that, there needs to be a way to seize them that's easily done.
Mm-hmm.
However, he's going to do it in a way that if people choose to not use that vehicle, that stuff will drop off eventually and will make that vehicle not totally useless,
Yeah.
Which
100%.
I think is a great idea. He had a lot of really good points. And it was points that we'd brought up and he added to with what he could do. on his side. It was not something he came to us and said, I can do this, I can do that. He basically said, I'm not going to promise I can do anything because